The other thing I've seen cropping up is social commerce, and by social commerce I mean the launch of shoppable links. So it's no secret that these days people are always on social media. People are on Instagram, people on TikTok, people on Facebook. By the time they branch off to come to your website and buy something, it's just the timeline proves to be long. Yeah, because if I'm on Facebook and I'm just scrolling, I see your product, I click on the link, it takes me to your website. It's just a mess. Most of the time that happens, I go back, like I go back to Facebook. I just close the app, I close the browser app, I go back to Facebook because one, that's a characteristic of ad clicks, ad baits. You click on something, it takes you to a betting website, and I don't know why. Either it's a porn website or it's a betting website. I really don't know why. But there's been this shift to social commerce whereby Facebook now has a market store. You can actually buy things off someone's Facebook page in their store. Instagram has a market store as well. You can catalog all your products on your Instagram page. WhatsApp has a catalog as well. Yeah, this is for those who are, if you have a business and you do not have a WhatsApp business platform, I feel like these are things you should really invest in as soon as today, because you literally just need to download WhatsApp for Business and then explore. So WhatsApp has also made it possible for you to catalog all your products on you just on your one contact card. So when I give out my phone number, you're literally going to find all my products, my bio, my mission, my vision. I know they'll expand in future into social paying as well, where I literally just pay through WhatsApp and not mobile money. But talk about social commerce. The one trend I've seen is it's actually Ugandan entrepreneurs venturing in this. It's not Ugandan brands. Yeah, because don't expect me to go to, let's say, a beverages Facebook page and then I buy a crate of beer or something like that, or even purchase tickets to their shows. These things they're not doing these things and they are free. It's free to set up a marketplace on Facebook, on Instagram, on WhatsApp. But for some reason, brands are still not doing this, and I don't know. Would you please just get into this and give us an insight?
Yeah, thanks, Faizo. Definitely, e-commerce is becoming something very big, and somebody who's not thinking that direction to have people easily get their product would probably be doing a disservice to themselves. And this also has a relationship with search engine optimization. If you look at, for those that don't know search engine optimization, it is more to do with optimizing your website's technical configuration, content, and all its pages to become easily found on various platforms for search engine ranking. And I want to link the e-commerce to that. Reason being that there was a study done by emarketer.com, and they were trying to look at the behaviors of shoppers. And this is going to be a very important trend, and we are seeing it happen quite a lot, whereby they found out that 61% of people research for products online. So when somebody wants to buy something, the first thing they will do is go into their the search engine and search about a product before they make any decision to buy. Then of those who were researched on, 13% of these went to a physical store. So you wake up and say, you know what? I want to buy probably a fridge. Then the next thing the guy is doing is going into a store. So that's just 13% of those people. Then you have those who search via online and tablet at 11%. Then you have those using smartphones at 10%, and those who call about 5%. But from that research, it shows that 84% of people are researching online before they make a decision to make any purchase. And just to take you into the purchasing, also related to that research, 44% of those who researched online bought their product through using a desktop or a laptop. Then 41% walked into the store after getting enough information online. Then you have 7% who use tablet, and those who use their smartphones at 4%. So you can again see that over 50% of people are purchasing their product online. So that shows the importance. And this is research that was carried out way back in 2014 by eMarketer. So you can imagine we are about 6 years of that. So what does this mean? Definitely it's going up, and it just shows the importance of being able to put your product out there on any digital platform, so that somebody can be able to search and easily make their purchases without having to move. I have seen locally many people, after searching their product online, they will contact the seller, and the seller say, yes, we do deliver. and then probably put a product on a border if it fits, or put it on a van and it's delivered to your place. And of course, you meet the cost of delivery, but it is a trend that is going on that I look at the amount of time I'm going to spend going to the store, the fuel, and I wouldn't lose anything being able to pay for delivery, you know? So if you can make those platforms communicate to people and let them know that they can easily get your product without having to move. A guy is chilling on his sofa, he's making his purchases, and it has even gone to the level of 3D. If you see the e-commerce stores like for IKEA, you can go in 3D, see how the setup of the seats are and all that. Try to imagine them in your place. Then you make your purchase without having to move, but you know you've got the right product. So it's something that we need to embrace, and it's going to be a very important area for us all.
More about social commerce or online purchases. There's this thing called consumer manipulation, and this is what it is. So a brand comes, advertises a product. They're like, "Hey, we have this bag. It's this size. It's this big, and it's of really good quality. It's actually leather. It can, take you for 2 years or whatever without tearing." What you do, you see this link on, your Facebook, your Instagram. You see it. You purchase the bag. The bag comes, and even your phone cannot fit in this bag. And even your phone cannot fit in this bag. So, yes, social commerce is good. And where it's going is amazing, because I don't need to go to town to do any of these things. But why? Okay, not a why, I say, but what advice do you give to, let's say, clients? If you're buying online, what are some of the things you should look out for? Because they're so, right now, if you were just to ask anyone, have you ever bought anything online? Yes. What's your experience? First of all, they gave me something fake. First of all, it didn't even last. I asked for a bag in red. They gave me a green bag. It was even completely different and all that. So I want to know, with the growing online market, counterfeits have also been on the rise. And it actually now makes sense to tell people Africans believe by seeing. Because for some of these platforms, you actually really need to believe by seeing. My mom has ever bought a set of saucepans of, let me not mention the brand, you're being sued. But she saw a set of saucepans. She's in the US. She's like, "Hey, I love these saucepans." I tell her, buy Kampala. And she's like, "No, me, I have to buy these saucepans. You people are now, these things work. I order from Amazon and the things work." I'm like, "You know what, fine, do you?" So she purchases a set of saucepans. They are really expensive, about 450,000. And they sent us dishes, ceramic dishes that were worth about 100,000.
Yes.
When she went back on the platform, this guy had closed the account. There are no reviews. There's literally no nothing, even the nice reviews. And the other thing I've learned is, guys have now started inputting fake reviews. You can imagine. They know that, Ugandans are now awake. They now read reviews to see whether you're selling fake products or not. So what do? They go on these platforms, manufacture reviews, put them there, and fool you. This is some kind of marketing that was never there. In marketing, we are out here telling brands the review system is important, it builds loyalty, and it's a good way of offering feedback. And then there comes these other Ugandans who are using this to manipulate Ugandans into buying counterfeit products. So just a word of advice, offer a word of advice for, yes, brands should invest in social commerce, but what should people also look out for as they engage in things like this?
So first of all, I will advise the brands themselves. Somebody who does a rip-off online is not building a brand per se. They're doing probably a one-time sale just to close shop. If you're into building your brand, it will matter so much that the experience of whoever is purchasing from you will be the best that they ever get in terms of delivery timelines, making sure that the specifications they ordered for are the ones they get. If there are any challenges, you're able to handle them, discuss with the client. If there are any opportunities to refund, if that is exactly what not somebody wanted, you're able to do that. And of course, very much that when one person is disappointed, definitely they'll tell another 10 people immediately about the experience. And so is how you also build your brand, that over time you want people to talk to others and trust what they are buying. So you want to build your brand, definitely you're going to meet certain parameters that make sure that people are excited about what you're selling online. Don't make people hate you, and being that we're in a digital world, it's very easy for somebody to find content related to a specific person by just doing a few searches, and they can see from the negative comments. Today, if you want to purchase something, don't even stress a lot. Just go to any of the social networks and post that, you guys, what is the experience of this brand? What do you have to say about this brand? Trust me, you'll get the best of reviews from there. Everybody will share their experience, and you're able to weigh before you make your purchase that, from all the people who have sent in their issues, this is the one side they are all going, and you're able to make your purchase decision. So if you're building your brands, definitely you don't want to be in that direction where everybody is commenting negative about you. Definitely, one of the things that you have to check out for when you're also buying online is that the reviews definitely will have to be there. If somebody doesn't have enough reviews, then you have to start thinking twice about purchasing from them. Another thing is somebody who doesn't have a return policy, usually buying from any online platform, definitely you would know that they're not sure of what they're doing there, So it's very important, if you want to build your brands online, have certain trust elements in whatever you're doing online, so people can trust your brand and know that you're building a brand out there. Also invest into marketing the brand. On the global scene, it's very interesting that when you get to use influencers in your brands, influencers are also liable if you have issues related to that if the brands are not performing as needed, you as a person, let's take an example of David Beckham. If you woke up one morning and said that this brand is good, and then issues came around, he's also liable as a person for that. Of course, here it is something that will take its time to take that direction. I'm imagining somebody like EPA saying, you know what, I'm refunding also, because that is what the law says regarding one of the products I'm promoting. But it is something we have to take seriously. If you're building brands, have even lines that people can easily communicate to, have ways that people can reach out to you after they've purchased. Even check on the person after they've purchased. Ask them, did you like what you bought? Is it okay? Even recommend for me other people. You've seen how Airbnb does it, that once you've left a place, they're asking you to review the place so that other users can get a better experience. So if you're not even encouraging other people to give reviews, that's what I'm saying. If you searched and the reviews don't come out, then you start to think twice. Is this something I want to go into? Or you want to go in it at your own risk? So those are things you need to think about. So brands need to think in that direction, and it's going to become very important that people give experiences that are very positive for them to move forward, especially with the trends that are going online. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for that. That was amazing. Well, I feel like the review system really works, and one of the platforms that has really put this in action is you've talked about it, Airbnb, amazing. TripAdvisor also does it, amazing. Safe Border will not even let you opt for another trip before you leave a review.
Yeah.
Amazing, amazing, yeah. And but you said something about influencers, and that piqued my mind, because one of the growing trends out there right now is the continued rise of influencer marketing. So first of all, there's a lot of distrust among the public when it comes to who they are getting their information from. So, but remember, influencers have already built trust with their audience over a long period of time. Therefore, their audience knows that when their favorite influencer, is advocating for a certain product, it's a thing. It has actually gone past just influencing to brand ambassadorship. And out there, we're looking at content creators becoming fully fledged brand ambassadors. Yeah. So brands that acknowledge the power of that type of content and incorporate it into their strategies, of course, they are leading. Because if you have someone like, I'll talk about, let me talk about Miss Sheila Gashuma. Yeah. So she has grown a following in the nightlife and in the entertainment business, the entertainment industry as a whole.
Yes.
Now, when La Peroni's brought up their theme nights, I thought it was going to just no more chidandali party, no more things. But the class this influencer has actually brought to the table is like nothing else I have ever seen. Because here you have a Ugandan bringing in Nigerians, South Africans, Kenyans, Sudanese. You're literally now bringing in people across the border to come attend a party in this country. During a partial lockdown.
She's a UTB of sorts.
During a partial lockdown, from a content creator on Snapchat, Instagram, to someone who's actually making people fly in to to attend a party. Yeah. And I mean, safe to say she's now a Laperoni's ambassador, because if you speak about Laperoni's right now, the first thing that comes to my head is, oh, are you talking about Sheila's Chop Life? You know, something like that.
Yeah.
So, whereas in places like the UK, it's a highly regulated market right now, in that if you're influencing, you actually have to tell people this is a paid advertisement. You know, if APAS was in the UK, you'd have to first of all tell everyone before they watch the video, guys, I'm being paid to do this. Now let's watch. Yeah. But in Uganda, it's still a free market. Influencers can still do whatever they want, which puts brands at in a compromising situation. Because if I am an influencer of a brand, let's say Piper Inc., and then one day I am caught in a very compromising situation, probably breaking the law, of course it will, in the long run, rub off on the parent brand I'm actually fronting. So influencer marketing is the thing, but what should brands look out for?
Yeah, thanks, Faisal. Thanks, Faisal, for that. The influencer brand relationships is something that is also quite important. And it comes up with something to do with ethics, the right or wrong. As an individual, definitely, if you want to build your brand in the right direction, definitely, you're going to make sure that you're responsible as an individual for whatever you're posting out there. You don't want to be misleading people. I mean, it's just a moral authority for you to be able to go in that direction. You don't have to be told that you have to be doing the right thing. And the interesting bit is that as we're taking up this topic, the influencer brand relationships is something that is going to be very big, and it's going to continue to grow. Many people are coming up with content and becoming very popular. Today, it is very difficult to track how many celebrities are coming up, because people are creating content out there. Definitely, many people will want to look at the numbers that people will want to look at the numbers of people that you're following and all that, and because of the content you create. But it's very important that even brands assess how this person behaves. Very important, because most of what they do reflects the image of your brand. So you want to be doing such audits before you're able to interact with them. But influencer brand relationships are growing quite heavily, and also make sure that whoever you're investing into is a good reflection in terms of the kind of content they put out there, the way they are behaving towards your target audience. They're not doing things that are offbeat. I know some musicians can't be hired by certain people because of the way they dress and the way they behave in public. So those are the kind of relationships that come out in building brands and influencing for brands. So it's a very important area that people think of the ethics behind all this, even if there's no serious regulation behind it, or even if the regulation is not that much enforced. As an individual, definitely, if you're building your brand and you want to build other brands, definitely you'll have to take this into consideration. Yeah.
All right, yeah, that was amazing. For the brands that are looking into or are thinking about hiring influencers, yes, you should, because it's definitely a top trend. However, watch out for the people you're hiring. Make sure their values, their core values, align with your brand, and make sure you facilitate that relationship. Because I've seen instances where brands hire influencers and then they don't give them anything. Yes, influencers are supposed to be content creators, but in our country, that's not the characteristic. Most of the times you hire someone, you have to tell them how you want your job to be done, how you want it to be executed. And I mean, brands are brands. Brands are lifetime. In some cases, brands are lifetime achievements. Yeah, and these influencers have just come today. So of course, so many influencers are not going to be at par with what exactly your brand represents. I mean, I'm talking about things like KFC, Coca-Cola. They've been there for lifetimes before we were born. Yeah. So if you hire an influencer to promote your brand, facilitate them with some content if you should. Really, please do, because I've seen the type of influencers we have in our market. We have some really good ones that are capable of creating their own content, but we also have some that are not really good at that, and they need help. And as a brand, you need to always look out for yourself. Yeah. Well, the other thing I wanted to just share about influencers is on the influencer bit and on the brand bit, please establish contracts. Because there's also that situation where brands take up influencers, fail to pay the influencers, then they come back online, and then it's just drama. They're dragging the brand is pushing out a public notice or whatever. Please always have a contract in place. Always obey all the terms that are set in that contract, because it's a binding document legally. Yeah, you break them, the brand can take you to court, the influencer can take you to court.